What's up? Well, now all the LS Fest excitement is over. It's time to get back on the 65. I came out here a couple days ago. I was kind of piecing some stuff together, trying to get myself an idea of how I'm going to do this rear suspension. So I think I have it figured out. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I'm basically building a big two-link, kind of like a trailing arm setup. And this is, I think, how it's going to lay out. My notch doesn't need to be that tall. I only need to drop it 6 inches to be on the ground. So I think the axle tube is going to be about as high as the top of the frame. So the notch can go down quite a bit. This tube is just for mock-up. I'm going to be building those bars out of 2x3. And I've never mounted the bag behind the axle before. Typically, you mount them in front. You get a lot more lift when you mount them in the front. But I'm not looking for a ton of lift on this. And it's a pretty big bag. It's got like 11.5 inches of lift. So that's going to be more than enough, especially since I'm just going to be like cramming this bumper on the ground anyway. So I may start with, I don't really know where I'm going to start. Part of me wants to just chop the frame right here and then lay the rest of the frame on the ground and start there, which is probably what I'm going to do. And then I'll start cutting bars for length and drilling the ends out for the bar ends. Oh, let me show you those. Hey, they finally showed up. That's cool. This is what was holding up everything right here. Goes right here. Bink! Inside, obviously. And that's what you build off of. So, I get this broke down, measured out, and I think I am just gonna and chop right there. Yeah, so that basically ended up where a little bit higher than I thought it was going to. Or I should say lower. But that's flat on the ground. So now all I have to do is bend this brake line out of the way, take my notch, drop it on where I want. I'll probably give myself a little bit of overdrop, maybe an inch. Tack it on here, and yeah, keep building. Well, I decided to just, bomb the shop with rust and clean up the axle and the ends of the frame. Whatever, that's it for the night. So, at least tomorrow when I get out here, it'll be clean metal to start with instead of rust, but whatever. Grinding's done, so now I don't have to do it tomorrow. So see you then. Next day, of course, I'm getting a late start. So I got my steel laid out, and I think all I'm gonna try to accomplish tonight is making the link bars. Maybe I can get all this stuff bolted together on the axle. So yeah, I'm gonna get this cut, notched, get the bar end welded in, and then bolted to the axle tube. So. Alright, so the bar ends are notched and coped. These fit in there super nice. That was a pretty cheap hole saw kit, and that thing just chewed right through it. Did a good job. I was surprised. So I'm gonna get these welded in. I'm gonna leave these caps open for now, but I am going to probably eventually radius this edge out on the top and bottom and cap that, because I know somebody's gonna be like, oh, why are you leaving it open? I'll get it fixed. It needs to be built first, and I can make it pretty later. No! I ran out of welding wire in the middle of my pass. Oh no! Well, that sucks, because I've only got like 2.5 inches of weld or 3 inches of weld to do, but I'm not gonna risk it. It's welded enough to hold, so I can put this thing together for mock-up. I'll just have to make sure I preheat that and burn it in when I go to finish that. I had to roll a 24 thousandths wire, but it just wouldn't feed. The drive roller in that welder for the thinner stuff is smooth, and it was just spinning. I don't know why it wasn't feeding very well, and I'm not gonna risk, not fully welding properly the main pivot point of my whole rear suspension. So it's fine to slap together for now. At least I can keep moving forward, and I'll pick up another spool of wire tomorrow. Alright, now you can start to see how this is all going to work. So the 2-link obviously is going to be basically the entire suspension, and the bag is going to mount back here. I don't know, I've never seen anybody mount bags on a 2-link like that. I think we got to come up with a name. Maybe like the wheelbarrow. I don't know. Let's see. So that's it for tonight. I just wanted to get it all bolted together to see how these bars laid, and I'm perfectly happy with all of this. So tomorrow I'm going to work on getting the notch laid out, because that's going to decide where that piece of frame goes back in and where my bag brackets are going to all land. Hopefully it doesn't get too funky, but it should be fine. So yeah, I'll be back at it again tomorrow. See you then. Back at it. So yesterday I came out here and just wanted to look at some stuff and figure some stuff out. Ended up building quite a bit, and I didn't record any of it. And honestly, today I'll probably do the same, because this thing has to be out of the shop by the end of the day. I got some other stuff coming in that I need to work on this week, and so this thing is getting evicted. So by the end of today, the frame has to be boxed and welded. Air ride needs to be functional. The bumper really doesn't need to be mounted, but I'll probably drill the holes. But that bumper weighs like 200 pounds. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm going to run around and show you where this thing's at right now and what I need to do today. And like I said, I don't know how much I'm going to film the rest of this. Maybe I'll get you in on the end, but I need to get stuff done. So I had a couple choices of notches to use. I ended up actually getting this notch from my buddy. It's quite a bit bigger, which is kind of what I wanted. And you see what I'm doing with the frame, dovetailing it down to this big old honking bumper. And this is going to eventually have a platform from here all the way up to those vertical supports there. And it's going to have a bed that's just slightly wider than the frame. all the way up, just big enough to put like 2 4-wheelers or motorcycle or something on it. So I'm a little worried about my bag placement. It's a little closer to the tire than I wanted, but this is where I want the bag. So if I've got to put like a spacer or an 1.5 inch spacer or something on this axle, I will, because this is definitely where I want this bag mounted. You can see how these brackets are going to sit in here. Whoa. It's a little tight. It's a little tighter than I want it to be. So I think a spacer is going to fix that. I'm glad I put those other wheels on there, because I was just going to build this thing and not even think about the inner wheels. I'm glad I put those on there. Obviously, those tires are junk. They're just used for mock-up. But the tires that I will be getting are going to be the same size. I think it's a 265/75 16, which comes out to be like a 31-inch tall tire. I think 31 or 33. I think it's 31. So, yep, I'll get you back in here when I get a good stopping point, or when I get some stuff mocked up, and then I'm just welding. So that's it for the day. I didn't get it 100% done, but I'd say that I'm a solid 91.5%. I think I just welded and grounded it and plasma cutted it for like 9 hours straight. 8 hours? 9 hours? I don't know. Anyway, I didn't get the bag brackets on. Bummer. But that's okay. They can be done tomorrow. I did get the entire notch built and the frame plated. That is just so much welding. Every piece being made. The only thing I had from the notches was the sides. I had to make all the tops and the bottoms and the underside. And so, whatever, it's done. And it looks good. I'm really, 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 really happy with it. So I'm going to give myself one more day, because this place is a disaster anyway. Oh my goodness, everything is just everywhere. So I'm going to give myself tomorrow to get the bag brackets on, get the wheels back on, run a temporary airline, drill holes for the bumper, and clean up. And then she's back outside. Yeah, out there. And yeah, I got some other stuff I got to button up, and push it back in and get the body mounted, or get the motor running, or I don't know what's next. I'm getting burnt out on this thing. I'm about to push it outside for another couple months. So we're going to finish everything up tomorrow, and then we might take a break from it. So see you tomorrow. Well, the air ride is done. Not really. I had one big concern, and it's kind of a womp womp moment when I should have listened to myself, because that concern came true, and that is it just didn't get enough lift. It would have been fine, but the rear bumper really only got about 6 inches off the ground. That's annoying. But I kind of figured I was limiting myself with lift by putting the bags, behind the axle so far. And these bags are huge. These are Dominator 2600s. They have like 12.5 inches of lift. And, obviously if you do math and look at fulcrums and levers and pulleys and all that good jazz, that equates to you're not getting a foot of lift in the rear. So, yeah. But this bumper, look at how sick this bumper is. Man, this thing is awesome. But this is an easy fix. Obviously, this is just tacked on, because I figured I was going to run into a problem here. I'm going to move those from there to here. And that's going to solve a lot of problems. One being having the axle in front of the bag in front of the axle gives you a mechanical advantage, meaning you can get more lift with less air pressure, or with less stroke in the bag. Probably be more pressure, but less stroke in the bag. So this thing's good enough to push outside for now, because I got to get Kelly's car in here and get some stuff done to it, some little things on my van. So yeah, I'm going to be fixing this. I mean, it's really not fixing. I'm just going to be improving what's already here. Next time I roll this thing in, it's going to be like a one-night job to fix this thing. It's really not a huge deal. But I had to know that it wasn't going to work. If I didn't, then I'd be like, the wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow sucks. Don't ever do it. All you do is waste time and money and material. So, yeah. So I'll catch you next time I get this thing in the shop. Or, you know what? I actually picked up another project this week, and maybe I'll roll that thing in next. I don't know. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Wait. I got more work done before the video got edited. Sorry. So I was able to get my previous problem solved pretty quickly, actually. I came out the next night and moved the bag brackets from back there to up here, and now you can see how much lift we've got. Oh my goodness. There's so much room. So much room. So much lift. This thing is like stock ride height now. So, yeah. That was an easy fix. Okay, I am actually ending the video now. Sorry if I didn't record enough working for some people, and I have had that complaint. But this was a lot of work to get done in not a lot of days. Basically, building an entire back half in one day is a huge ask, and I didn't want to have to worry about filming it. That's it. And then having 9 hours of whatever to edit. So, finishing my projects will always be more important than recording it. And that's just how it is. So, obviously, there's still a ton to do because you don't build a bag truck in a weekend, but you get the hard fab done in a weekend. So, now I can pick away at all the incidentals, building the exhaust, paying hard bar shocks, getting the cab mounted, building the bed frame, and everything else. And then deciding if I'm tearing it all apart to paint it, bedline it, leave it, sand it all down, and then let it rust all together. I don't really know what I'm going to do as far as finishing the frame off. So, what do you think I should do? I know people are going to be like, paint it. But, man, that's a lot of work. And I really don't know if I want to do it. So, yeah, I'll be chipping away at this in the next couple videos. Like I said, I have a couple other projects that I've picked up that probably should come in, but I'd like to see this one get to an actual good stopping point before I start pulling other stuff in the shop. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.